Hi, this is Cindy Cochran. Welcome to the archives of the Cindy Cochran Show. Remember, I'm live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11, right here on irlonestar.com. You can be a part of the show by calling 936-647-3776. Also, please visit my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. Enjoy. It is day. Am I on now? I'm on now. I hear me.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it either. I was like, what?
Yeah, you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. It's Wednesday, and it's a great morning out there. It's so overcast, but I don't see that. I see beyond those clouds in the blue sky. Are you trying just to make noise?
No, can y'all hear that?
Yes.
The microphone stays just out of reach. I guess I'll leave it alone. Good morning, Cindy.
You project so well, Michael Player.
Oh, thank you. I have to project more because the microphone's a foot away from my face. I'm trying to move the arm if you hear the noise. I'm sorry.
I know. I keep asking. Does this microphone make me look fat?
Good morning.
Good morning. It's so great that you're here with me. This is Wednesday. It's Michael Player Day. And Michael Player, one of the top country western performers here in town, and now going to be giving counsel to some music emporiums, and so it's just great that you are here, and
Thank you.
And we're blessed to have you. I hope that your further endeavors in business and all will not keep you from coming on Wednesdays. Will it keep you from coming?
I don't think Wednesdays are going to work out. I think afternoon's going to get tied up, but
Well, I'll let you say the name of the company as many times as you want.
Okay, well, cool. I got a job selling music now. One Music Square in Huntsville.
The perfect person. The One Music. What is it?
One Music Square.
One Music Square.
It's right there in the square in downtown Huntsville.
But we have one also in Conroe.
Yes.
Okay, but the one you're going to be, where people want to go by and see you live, and I'm sure when that guy goes, "Hey, I'm thinking about buying that guitar. You want this one? Well, let's see." And you take it down, you start playing. They go like, "Yes, that's the one I want." And then they go home and they play. They go like, "It doesn't sound like that with me."
Right. Well, it could. It could. Just buy the guitar and work. Work. Somebody, that actually came in. It's like this lady came in and she picked up a, bass model guitar, and she says, now she already knew one chord. And like, well, how do I play? How do I get better at guitar? I said, well, you got to play about an hour a day, every day, at least. Set aside an hour. And she looked at me and was like, well, yeah, duh. And I was like, well, that's how you play. You just play. And I told her to buy a stand. Don't keep the guitar in the case because you'll never get it out. But buy a guitar stand, keep it over there in the corner, and then when you walk by it and go, you know what? I want to pick that thing up and play it.
And that knitting will be eliminated from your activities because
no, you can knit
once
too.
you get those calluses built up, there's no way.
I think with calluses, knitting would be good because you can poke the needle through your.
That's right.
It doesn't go through your skin anymore.
So they're talking to Herbert. I was Ethel. Look at your hand. You got its needle sticking in it because they can't feel anything. But I think that. The calluses, trying to build up those calluses, because I played the guitar when I was younger, and so I'd write songs, and
I
that
find
was
out
the
more
fun.
Every time we do a show, I find out more about you.
Well, so I'm just like eking stuff out.
Yeah. And
I know people think like, have you met everybody? And because I'll say, I did an interview with that person, or I shot that person, or I did this. But it's just, instead of me sitting here like every day going through the thing, it's just a little at a time.
You're awesome.
Thank you, Michael. That's so sweet.
That's the beautiful about having a show is you can share your personality with the world.
Right, and see, and you can talk about things, and nobody talks back to you unless they call in. And
Which
if you want to call
in, sure.
936-647-3776. You can talk music, politics, religion, whatever you want. We will take it. We will analyze it, and you'll be better for it. But talking about politics, I have got the hugest embarrassment. I can't tell you. I am so embarrassed today.
So you're going to just hold us there? It's like, I got embarrassed, can't tell you? Okay,
move
on to the next thing.
No, I'm going to tell
happened?
you. It's just hard for me to even say this because...
Producer Dick just potted up the music. Yeah, that's
Richard,
funny.
I just want Richard, go ahead and place your eyeballs in the back of your head because here it comes. So... yesterday I went to vote, and before I got off the air, I was saying, "You better go vote. If you don't vote, you can't complain." Blah, 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 telling everybody to go vote. So I didn't get to go right after. I had a bunch of stuff to do, and then it got to be about 6:00, and I'm trying to get over to this place by 7, and I can't find my license. To save my life, I don't know where it went. I hadn't used it all day, so I don't know how long it's been gone. I don't have my license. So you have to have a
license to vote?
You have to have a picture ID. And
really?
Yeah, my Medicare card doesn't have my picture.
Well, clearly Michael didn't vote.
You shouldn't have to have that. I didn't vote yesterday, no, honest. But I normally do vote, but I don't think you should have to have an ID.
Yeah, you do. In Montgomery County,
it's a picture ID.
That's not right.
And no, and I thought...
It's a photo ID.
Photo ID.
But your name, well...
And not a Texas driver's license, it's a photo ID.
Photo ID.
Yeah. And that's the only
Which
photo
makes
ID.
sense to me.
A passport.
I mean, why don't they have your name on the rolls? Just say who you are. I mean, are there people voting under my name?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know why they have... When they have my name there, they should have put the picture there already. But I'm fought for that. I'm glad they have a photo ID, and you have to have some kind of show that you are a citizen, or that you're working here, or that you live here. But
well, the funny thing to me is they don't, like you said, they don't have anything to compare it to. So I could have a photo ID with your name on it, but I could put like Big Bird.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, yeah, this is me. And then
I think that,
how do they know what Cindy Cochran looks like?
Well, let me tell you how they don't. So I went in there. There's a big, long line. I'm so proud of everybody in Willis that voted. It was a huge line. And so Cindy, my granddaughter, and I are standing in line, and I'm thinking how I'm going to convince them that I'm Cindy Cochran so that I can vote. And I asked the people in front, if you don't have your license, you don't have a picture ID, you don't think they'll let you vote? No. I don't think you're going to make it. I said, do you mind if I go in front of you guys? So I went in front of everybody in this line and got an official. And I am pleading and begging. I said, I've got, look at all the cards have my name on it. Said, but it doesn't have your picture. And I went, but wait a minute. So I even went to the Cindy Cochran Show. And I said, okay, here's my picture, here's my name, and here's what I do. And it's every morning. No, I have to have it in hand. I have to have this.
See, that they just prevented democracy for you because of some rule. And that's my point. I think that if somebody's here and their name is on the roll, you have to get your name on the roll.
Right.
Okay. Then once you come in and say, I am so-and-so.
I have voted there. This is the same place the last 10 years. But
because you can't go anywhere else. It's not like you can come back 5 minutes later and say, I'm somebody different, because they just saw you. And the only way your name is on that roll is if you're in that section.
Right.
And you have to buy an ID, some form or fashion. So that's like a poll tax.
You have to have that. And
I don't think that's right.
Even my picture with Johnny Carson didn't do anything.
Oh, you showed him that?
No, but everybody that knows me probably thought, did you throw the Johnny Carson card down?
You know, Michael, it is important to look at the way we do handle voting and how it goes about. And a photo ID, I think it's just another way for somebody to get prepared to go vote. Like you need to get out of your house and go get a photo ID. You can get them anywhere. You can get an identification card. They're like $20.
I don't know.
But it doesn't make any sense because they don't have anything to compare it to.
If you're here, you should be able to vote. I don't even care about American citizenship, because that's why people come here. Now listen, that's why people come to participate in democracy.
You think
so?
You're
here,
you think so?
And here, well, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes our country great.
But
if we're going to say, okay, because you're here illegally, you can't vote, or are we going to say because you're illegal, you can't vote like white people, or you can't vote like brown people, or black people, or whatever?
We have laws. That's what structures, and that's why this country is great, because we do have laws that you follow. Everybody gets along. It'll be great. But these laws are voted in by us. I mean, we're the ones that elect the Congress to make these laws. So these are our laws. And if you want to do something
illegal, but if the law is used to prevent people from attaining freedom.
No. It's a structure. They have created a structure, and for people just to come across the board and vote wherever they want to, that's not fair. We pay taxes, and it's not fair.
They do too.
No, Michael, I'm talking about the people that are here under the radar.
Why are they here, Cindy?
Well, they're here to have a better life, but there's a way to get here legally.
Let me give you a great example that's happening right now. It's great. It's happening in Arizona. I was reading this article about how they want to give, the University of Arizona wants to give state tuition prices to basically people who live in Arizona but aren't documented workers or documented people. Mm-hmm. So the people who are out of state, who are U.S. citizens, have to pay out-of-state tuition. Because there's a price hike if you're out of state. So they want to give Mexican citizens the in-state tuition prices.
illegal immigrants that are here?
Not illegal, but like say, because a lot of people, like for example, if you're on the borders of any of North and South, like if you live in Vancouver, or but you live in Oregon, but you drive over to Canada,
right?
They wanted vice versa, if that makes sense to you. Like they wanted to have it because they work in Oregon or they work in Arizona, but they drive to Mexico or something like that. They want to have, they want to get tuition in-state.
They want to give Mexican nationals in-state tuition rates.
Yes.
Okay.
Regardless if they live there.
No.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Well, they go to
what was
school
their
there,
reasoning for
or
this? What was the reasoning?
It was because they participate. They pay the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
So
that's
that's
fair,
the
isn't it? And doesn't that sound fair?
Well,
whereas if I grew up out of state and I want to go to, I'm from Texas, I want to go to Arizona State. I didn't grow up there. I haven't paid a lick of tax there. But yet these people are coming. They're nationals, and they're coming to work in your state. They're paying taxes. So that's fair, right?
In a sense.
Michael, I so agree with how complicated and how long it takes to become a citizen is ridiculous. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. If we made a more comprehensive, just a better, just like with our tax laws, why we have to go through 700 pages to figure out what I'm supposed to pay and all that. But if it was more streamlined, easier, so that we can make a judgment on how many people are going to be able to come in and not, harm the economy or whatever. But I think having a path to citizenship that is easier, of course. I think it's antiquated, outdated what we have, and we need to, to streamline that. I agree. And that way so many people won't try to get away from it. They don't have to look over their shoulder because they have a way to become a citizen that is not so hard and costly or takes so long. So I agree there. But I do not agree with just saying, who cares? Everybody can come on and everybody can do whatever they want to do. Come on in and all that, because it's not good for our country. It's not safe for our country not to have some way to document people that are coming in. We know that we can track people that are coming in because we know that there are terrorists and people that are trying to come in the easy way to do harm to us. So that's just a common sense way, I think.
I think that there's some paranoia in what you said. I think that there's, because it hasn't been proven.
Paranoia.
No, because not once has someone snuck over the border to do a terrorist act, especially from Texas. Tell me an act.
Wait.
Tell me somebody.
How do you know that?
Because now tell me. You're the one that made the statement that terrorists will sneak across our border to do an act.
Okay.
When has that happened?
We'll get right back to this.
Not to say that it won't.
That's
but
right.
When has it happened?
You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Oh, yeah, right. We'll be right back with this. You can't wait, right?
SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County is a 501c3 all-volunteer-based rescue and adoption organization with a no-kill policy for healthy and adoptable animals. Our goals are fourfold: to rescue and rehabilitate homeless animals, to provide a safe haven for the animals until a suitable adoption or foster care home is found or until they are reunited with their owner, to educate the public about the great need to reduce pet population, which includes the importance of having their pets spayed and neutered, and to further the cause for humane and responsible pet ownership, and to provide a low-cost spay-neuter clinic for people who are unable to afford to spay or neuter their pets otherwise. SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County encourages you to think adoption first. You can contact us at www.spcaofmc.com.
Tune in to Chamber Chat with your host, Courtney Galley and Samantha Good, with the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Galley. Samantha and I will chat about the Conroe Chamber's upcoming events and programs for the month. Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for Chamber Chat.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. We are proud to sponsor 10 philanthropic programs that enhance the lives of those in our community. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Hi, this is Erica Tullis, Executive Director of the Breast Cancer Charities of America. The Breast Cancer Charities of America is a national nonprofit organization with our headquarters in the Woodlands, Texas. We focus on non-invasive breast cancer research and helping the true patient that is going through breast cancer. Through our Help Now Fund, we help women pay the rent and utilities while going through their breast cancer treatment. It's unlike any other program that truly is out there. We are here to help the woman. Our phone number is 936-231-8460. For more information or to get involved or to even make a donation, please visit our website, www.igopink.org.
I knew I would need it.
And we're back. On the Cindy Cochran Show. Yeah, we're having a spirited debate. This is how they should be debating on the GOP stage and the Democratic stage, is doing where somebody can go back and forth with different, viewpoints, of course, but they can go back and forth until either there's a settlement solution or the person goes ding, 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 and then go on. But the way they're doing it now, it's just they do their little
for
monologues.
Entertainment purposes.
Which
is kind of what we're doing this morning. I mean, we're here to entertain and inform. My thing is, as a former public educator and someone who wants to be in the know, which I apologize, I'm not always up to date on my current events. But when I say something or when I have an opinion, I want that based in fact. So if I can come up and say, and I can say, look, our economy is stronger because we have a 7.8% unemployment rate. We have more people working now, blah, blah, blah. Or this is an issue because. That's what you like to say. You want to make a statement that's qualified by fact. We have Rush Limbaugh's and Hannity and Combs's and all these CNN things. They just drop these informations. They just tell people something, and they have nothing to back it with because it's what's popular at this time. To be angry, to be disgruntled. And this is what happened in Germany after World War I. After World War I, all the German newspapers began to blame and cuss and fight and be angry because they lost the war. And an entire generation that thought we had it and then we lost it became of age, thus creating fascism in Germany. And I'm telling you, America, if we don't watch out, if we don't protect our institutions of democracy, we will come up with things like, let's throw politicians in jail. All right, well, who's going to do that? Well, the top executive. Okay, then he's going to throw people in jail. Well, the Supreme Court steps in and says, that's not constitutional. You can't just throw politicians in jail for lying or not voting the way they say they would vote. That president goes, well, you're disbanded. I'll lock the doors to your Supreme Court office building. Okay, and then guess what? You got a fascist, and everybody's going to love it. This could be in 20 years. This could be in 10 years. This could be in 30 years. But everybody's going to support this president. And before long, he's going to suspend how many terms he can run, and he's going to be Putin. How long has Putin controlled Russia? And we have people on social media quoting Putin like he's some kind of
I don't think that's
political
ever happen.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's already happening.
There's never going to be an individual. It's going to be a group of people.
Well, that's okay.
It's never going to be.
That's
an
oligarchy.
There's too many influences.
Who's it going to be? A military junta?
No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be an individual.
I think it could quite possibly be the president.
No way. There's too much money involved. There's too many hands in the pot.
We know where he lives. Okay, so
people have made money off of wars. They would make the companies that are in business now kicking butt economically would still kick butt with a fascist and probably even more.
Well, I mean, the greatest example right now is Colt. Colt is bankrupt because they lost their contract with the government, and they've been around for 100 years, and they're gone. They're just one. one egg in one basket.
Well, what's wrong with that?
But no,
that's economic Darwinism.
There's not going to be one person. It's never going to be one person.
Okay,
No.
I'm just saying my philosophy or what I just posited is very feasible. It's very,
not here.
especially with a populist
Somewhere else.
president like Donald Trump.
Maybe Syria.
What if 90% of the approval rate, 100% of the people that vote in this country support the president? And the president says, this is the way. Are you tired of it? I'm tired of it. I'm not a politician. I'll set this country straight. We've already abandoned the Constitution in so many levels that people don't even know what it says because they didn't pay attention in class.
Right.
And now because they're ignorant, the people in power are able to take advantage of that.
Right. But they feel like on the GOP side, because we watch this
It's
president.
all the same,
we watch
Cindy.
this GOP. We watch this president, walk right over what the rules and regulations were for him to do. He just said, "I'll sign it myself. If you're not going to do anything, I'll do it myself." And that's wrong because it's not. It goes against what the Constitution said to do. So he doesn't
What was
care.
the precedent for that? Do you know what the Patriot Act said?
No,
It doesn't matter political party anymore because the
This
Patriot
wasn't-
Act had more to do with just denigrating the Constitution than whatever Obama has ever done.
Well, at that during that time, because of what had just happened to us, we all went a little crazy, and we all went a little like I don't care. Whatever you need to do, get the guys, get them. I don't care what you do.
yeah, he did a pretty good
Just
job
get
of
it.
that too.
But
I will say that is but what history we look at George Bush was. George Bush prevented a lot of terrorism because, and you know how they broke Al Qaeda? Financially.
that's what
They
everybody
waged
said,
a financial war.
where the money is.
On Saudi Arabian princes. They did a lot of deals behind that people don't even know and don't even know about. But Al Qaeda ran out of money, so it had to change the way it looked. It had to bring new people in with new things. It had to reorganize, and they really didn't have the resources.
No.
George Bush kicked Al Qaeda's butt. It was beautiful.
And
it was beautiful.
A lot of times, like presidents like George Bush will only be, it's going to take a while. And poor Jeb came in at the wrong time, I believe, trying to win this,
Well, how do you not? I mean, does it not bother us as Democratic patrons that dynasties are kind of ruling our country right now?
Yeah.
You get the Clinton dynasty, you get the Bush dynasty.
Right.
I mean,
I'm not understanding why people blame it on one person. I mean, we have a checks and balance system, and it might not be
because
perfect.
people don't understand that system.
That's
but
right,
I
they
mean,
don't.
there's
They
a
don't.
Senate and there's a Congress, and they're just more, if anything, more to blame than a president.
But once you put a face on it, like whoever the president is, that's the one that's supposed to be able to take the blame. He's supposed to be able to take the blame
They probably,
and say we're going to do better or whatever. This president, This president usually says, "I didn't know about that till the same time you guys knew about that. I didn't know anything about that. No one told me." I can't. I wish they put together how many times he said.
You also get people
I
like
just found out about that.
Miss Cochran over here, who People Magazine, the whole political debate with just one with the presidents. Like, imagine they did that with Congress. You know, like, what are they wearing today? What
That's not,
you know?
That is so not.
They're
true.
they're just like us.
Why are you saying that? You
Well, you
that's
focus
not
a
true.
lot about the president. I mean, you're talking about these dudes.
because
I think a lot of people
as-
are angry at the president and don't know why they're angry at the president.
I
He's
know
no
why.
different than Democrats are no different than Republicans.
totally.
They're all guess what? The
Totally
left
know
wing
why.
and the right
I
wing
agree.
are all part of the same bird. They're all trying to get what they can get. And it's
Michael,
disgusting.
you're so right. You're so right. I'm not
people
saying
should. And see, here I am advocating the rise of social
But
awareness.
this is also
and
coming
conscience
from a person who
political.
didn't vote.
Now, see that I said yesterday,
So-
if you did not vote, you cannot complain. So I can't
That's
complain.
not necessarily true.
No, of course it's true.
No.
If you didn't take the trouble to go vote for
Because-
something, if you feel like that, then you should not have.
Well, we're not discussing any of those topics that were up for
No,
vote.
Why would
that's what I'm
if
saying.
I truly believe
feel
that
so-
Democrats and Republicans is no different, why would I want to vote?
No.
Not to say that I didn't. I didn't vote because I worked all day and I
Oh.
didn't make it to the polls.
Okay.
But the point is does it really matter?
You can go on to
we
early
have
voting.
a disenfranchised generation.
We have early voting as well, so there's
I'm,
no excuse.
You know, maybe I made an excuse. I'm sorry, but I don't necessarily believe that you can't sit there and look at a situation and go, "Well, I didn't vote, so I can't complain." That's not necessarily
We're not
right
talking
because
about.
we complain.
We're
That's
complaining
our nature.
about. We're complaining about something that's outside of Montgomery County, so it's okay because we haven't come to that till next year, November next year. So you got to vote next year by November, and I'm going to have my driver's license by then. So
you didn't vote either? You didn't vote?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They would not accept anything I had. I had to have.
So you went and
a
got your
picture ID.
license and went and voted.
No, it was too late. It was like
so
6
you didn't
o'clock.
vote?
That's my embarrassing admission. I'm telling
So you
I
can't
didn't
complain
vote.
either.
No, I'm not complaining about the
You
bond.
did not have your papers.
Wait, I did not. I'm not complaining about the bond issue in Montgomery County or those things. And I didn't vote for the. But my husband was very upset because they were talking about the rights of hunters and being able to hunt, and also about senior citizens and the tax. Oh, he's out there.
Yeah.
They're doing stuff on the outside. Have you seen how cool everything's looking now on the outside?
Okay, well, finish
Squirrel.
what you were saying.
Anyway, so my husband had 3 things. He said, be sure you vote for this and this and this. And I agreed with everything. But when I came back and told him what happened, he was like, what? So you missed out. That was your chance. And he made me feel pretty rotten about it. So I'm going to get my license.
Well, have you found
now.
your ID?
No, I have
The
not.
end of the story is how you found your ID.
You're going to have to go to the DPS.
No, I've got to go to DPS.
That's going to be fun.
I
And sit
don't
with
think you have
everybody.
to. I think you can go online and reorder if you just lost it.
Really?
Yeah.
So what keeps an immigrant from doing that?
Yeah. How could...
From what?
Getting hurt and go online. If that's all you can do, how
Well,
does an illegal immigrant not come over here and get
it's kinda
Cindy's
like-
information?
It's very
and
similar
put
how
their
that
picture
guy
on it?
hacked the CIA director's
Yeah.
account. He just called and said, "Hey, I have you go partial information. You just need partial information. That's why your social security number is so important."
Oh, man.
To do your DPS, all you gotta have you have to know your driver's license and your social security and the mailing address that's attached to the driver's license.
See, I was trying to tell them, I know the number on my license. Can I give you that number? Can
No,
you
no,
look it
they
up?
just
And
need
they go,
no. Their big
Nope,
deal is
nope,
a picture,
Nope. Yeah.
which they don't have a reference though. So, like I said, I don't understand. Like they don't scan it or anything. So it's just kind of like, here's a picture of me, and then you can put. I mean, like it doesn't make any sense to me because if you're gonna do it, just scan it. Like if you're gonna just commit to it, like scan the DP, scan it. But
They
they
should.
don't want to force everyone to get driver's license. So
They prevented you from voting.
Yeah, and I understand that. I mean, I was a big advocate for making
and it's
sure you
all
have
over
a
the
picture
place
ID,
too. It says requires picture ID. It's
Yeah.
not something like read the fine print.
But it costs money to get an ID.
Yeah.
I don't think it should cost money to vote.
to
So-
vote. You think it's double taxation? That's like
Yeah.
they're-
I mean, I think if you're here, you should vote.
We
Now,
got a
let me-
phone
let me
call.
take
Wait, we
that
got a
back.
phone call. This ought to
If
be
your
good.
name is on the voter rolls, you
Okay.
should vote.
Phone call. Caller, what is your name and what would you like to talk about?
De Gonzalez. You look outside the window and you see all this work going on the main street, and I just want to tell you that if you go down like just up north, like 18 steps from where your studio is,
Yes.
there is a beautiful window being created right next to the Crichton Theater.
I
Some
heard
of the
about
greatest
that.
artists. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. They're creating this beautiful windows of the Santa's living room and the sleigh and the
Nice.
stuff about the Crichton Theater and a beautiful thing there. And so that's really a beautiful thing. And I'm very ashamed of you guys for not voting. You are, you
You
guys are
should be.
worthless in the United
You should
States.
be.
Snakes
know.
I
of
am
America, and you should be ashamed, and you are, and you've expressed that, but you're still going to cry and whine
That's
about
right.
how everything's going.
Yes.
But
That's a
you
good
know,
point,
I-
Gonzalo. That's a good point.
No, I'm
Whether
not gonna
you vote or
complain.
not,
No.
we're all going to complain.
I'm not going to complain
Oh,
about.
listen to you guys going.
I'm not going to complain about Montgomery County. I won't. But I do want to come down and see that window by the Crichton Theater. And
Oh, it's getting better every day, man. It's just I walk by there and I say, man, that's some pretty stuff going on there.
And that's what we need. We need more pretty stuff on this on the street. So thank you so much. And I know who's probably behind that. It's got to be Dennis O'Connor and his good friend and beautiful woman. What is?
No, that man, I know. I
My
seen him
name.
the other day, man. He's on drugs. I don't think he's doing any work at all, man. That guy is. Woo.
I know he's doing
Out
prank
there.
calling. I know that's what he's doing.
No, it's Denise DeBolt.
Denise
the lady
DeBolt,
that does
yes.
all the scenic design over there at the Crichton Theater. She's really doing all that shit.
Oh,
But,
all that.
oh,
Okay.
Can I say chit?
Well, at least you said it with an accent, so we could. Okay, Dennis.
I'm sorry.
It was great talking to you, Gonzalez Dennis O'Connor with a French
Okay,
accent.
yeah. Okay, go
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
I was having it was Cheech and Chong,
Brad Meyer. Brad Meyer was here, and he called in. And Brad Meyer was just totally sucked in. There he is. There. Oh, I thought he. Brad Meyer totally thought it was him. Okay.
Maybe that was Gonzalez. Maybe you missed it.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Don't go away. You'll miss the fun.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
Howdy, howdy, folks. Cable Smith, host of the Lone Star Outdoors Show, inviting you to join me Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 on Lone Star Internet Radio for Texas' premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor talk show. So pour yourself another cup of coffee and pull up that stool a little closer to the old campfire, because if you can catch it or kill it in Texas, we're going to talk about it. That's right. Bucks and ducks, gobblers, monster bass, redfish, trout, and a whole lot more. Plus, you never know what outdoor celebrity is going to drop by, from Phil the Duck Commander Robertson to fishing legend Bill Dance or everybody's favorite uncle Ted Nugent. Heck, we might even mix in an interview and hear some brand spanking new Texas music from one of your favorite Texas musicians like Robert Earl Keen, Brandon Ryder, or the honky-tonk kid himself, Aaron Watson. Loved or hated but never ignored, it's the Lone Star Outdoors Show with me, Cable Smith, Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 right here on Lone Star Internet Radio on irlonestar.com.
Our community's animal shelters cannot absorb accidental litters of kittens and puppies. Approximately 80% of the animals entering our shelters will not make it out alive. Please help be a part of the solution. Please spay and neuter your pets. Many low-cost options are available. Visit texaslittercontrol.org to learn more. That's texaslittercontrol.org. And remember, real Texans don't litter. Please spay and neuter your pets.
SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County is a 501c3 all-volunteer-based rescue and adoption organization with a no-kill policy for healthy and adoptable animals. Our goals are fourfold: to rescue and rehabilitate homeless animals, to provide a safe haven for the animals until a suitable adoption or foster care home is found or until they are reunited with their owner, to educate the public about the great need to reduce pet population, which includes the importance of having their pets spayed and neutered, and to further the cause for humane and responsible pet ownership, and to provide a low-cost spay-neuter clinic for people who are unable to afford to spay or neuter their pets otherwise. SPCA PetSnap of Montgomery County encourages you to think adoption first. You can contact us at www.spcaofmc.com.
The Conroe YMCA's benchmark adaptive programming for kids and adults is Leap of Faith. Leap of Faith is an equine-assisted therapy program serving children and adults with adaptive needs. The riders in our Leap of Faith program are working to address and manage specific aspects of their lives impacted by illness, injury, or disability. The Leap of Faith program has experience working with riders who are living with attention deficit or other hyperactivity disorders, hearing impairments, visual impairments, developmental delays or disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, head traumas, brain injuries, and paralysis. Our program uses horseback riding to develop self-confidence and self-esteem, to increase upper and lower body strength, assist in respiratory issues, and establish a trusting relationship between the rider and their horse. Not only do these activities aid in the physical and mental development of the rider, but they also foster self-reliance and independence. For more information regarding our program, to become a writer, or to volunteer with a great group of people, please call our Welcome Center at 936-441-9622 or visit our website at www.ymcahouston.org/Conroe.
It's the Cindy Cochran Show, and you know how I love to talk about politics. And the huge thing that happened in Houston yesterday is the Proposition 1, the HERO, and where they got that from, the HERO vote for one was so smacked down by the people. Just totally
61%.
It's Houston Equal Rights Ordinance.
That's why they
call it HERO.
That's ridiculous. There was no heroic thing about that because they put that incident in about the bathrooms and all that have to be, you have to allow a person that wants to come in there. So by the few people that this affects.
Can I just leave you know something? If you read the ballot,
yeah,
they end it in a question mark with a question mark.
What?
So when you read it, it's really weird. It's
so read it. Yeah.
Well, they have.
Since I didn't vote yesterday, I need to know.
So we can talk about it.
Every time I read a question mark, I always have that in this.
Yeah.
Like that
inflection.
Yeah. So it says. Let me see where it starts because there's it gives which prohibits discrimination in city employment and city services, city contracts, public accommodations. They spelled accommodations right. Private employment and housing based on individual sex, race, color, ethnicity. I can't pronounce that word. Thank you. National origin, age, familial status. Keeps going. Gender identity or pregnancy.
And they leave that to the last of pregnancy?
Well, it just ends in a question mark. It's kind of strange.
That is really strange. You think it's a typographical error?
I think it's they just don't really know. They're like, what do you think?
And you turn your head to the right?
Yeah, you say, like, what do you guys think?
Turn your head as a question mark?
That's
pretty funny, dude.
That's
funny.
It's on the sample ballot. It's on every other thing I'm reading. If you read any official.
So the one part of the ballot where it says public
that's what I would have wrote in. I would have wrote in, but like, what's to do with the question mark? Not voting. What does that mean? That you could just expand it.
Right. A college took away the privilege of the transgender people, letting them who identify with the women going into the women showers and all that stuff, because guys were going in there, they didn't identify with anything but having a camera and shooting the women showering and watching the women shower.
That's a crime.
And they stopped. They stopped it because they opened that up, feeling so generous, everybody, and trying to be as liberal as they could.
Have you seen the videos?
And it backed up on them. The videos of
like what they run on, they're like the videos, the campaigns.
Oh man,
they're hilarious.
They are.
It's like there's one that it reminds me of like what's called America's Most Wanted, and it's like they can go in your restrooms, and it's like the door slams in like a toilet, and then they have this ridiculous image of a little girl like skipping into the restroom, and then this man follows, like looks out the window to scope out, make sure no one's followed him, and it's like, and they can go in your restroom.
That's good.
It's pretty funny.
Like that.
And he brings it,
but it's clearly not a trans. It's like a man with a beard, and it's like. I'm pretty sure that guy's going to go in the restroom no matter what.
And a little purse, and then in the purse is a camera, and he takes pictures.
The man they chose as an actor didn't look
transgender. He just looked like a perv.
Because it'd be funny if those people who are really against it, they're like, "What does a transgender look like? Oh, just put a wig on him and a dress, he'll be fine." But like they didn't do that. This man looks like a normal person who probably works at Lowe's or something, has like a beard, and he's just kind of like, "I'm going to go in this restroom."
Because I identify with women, and that's what's so funny is imagine many guys going like, "Well, I identify with women. I like them."
And the other ones are even better, like the ones that are for. They're just. It's so funny because you got to think someone sat down, and I think what it was this question mark. It threw them all off when they read about the proposition because they're like, "What does this mean?" And so they just started going crazy with it. Well, you really got to check these. I want to find one. Can we play it if I find it?
Oh please! Okay. Oh please! Wait a minute, it hadn't been 24 hours, but go ahead, play it. It's okay. But anyway, so that was SmackDown, and also there was something else that they were voting on was controversial. Well, the mayor is now going to have a runoff. Turner and King are going to have a runoff, and Sylvester Turner has been around forever. He's really the ultimate politician. But this King guy has success in business and all that. It's kind of like what we're running up against in the presidential campaign. So anyway, those things happened, and hatchoo. But we will talk about the things that Montgomery County had encountered and what they were trying to get passed and things
road
they wanted.
bonds and Willis and Conroe school bonds.
You know, those have to
They
be
all
the
passed.
most boring things. And when people push, sure, I want better streets, but they have to think about the taxes that go with it.
Usually they're
Do
difficult to pass. You know, people aren't. People have to see a need. So whoever, you know, there was a need. You know, the people felt that there was a need there, and so school bonds. I think they have a 50%.
Well, Sam said that
average
the
pass rate.
schools they had listed in Willis, they didn't put Parmley, and he said, so I didn't vote for it. Because that's where our kids go. It's like, if they put Parmley, I would have voted for it, but no, they didn't.
I didn't know they broke it down as
they showed what campuses were going to be
maybe
fixed
Parmley
by.
has a good campus already.
Yeah.
Maybe they need to catch the other campuses up.
Well, no, it's an old school. A lot of other schools are much newer and all. But anyway, so everybody got to practice their voting and trying to find out if you can vote, and now know the rules and regulations. So by the presidential campaign and the election comes up, boy, will I be ready with my license. I'll be there. But I was so proud of how many people came out to vote. It was a good turnout. They were having to, 7:00, and it was still wrapped around them.
I lost faith in democracy the first time I voted, which was in Tuesday.
So why didn't you say that at the very beginning of the conversation?
The first time I voted, when I voted, there was an iPad hooked into a CPU with HDMI cable. That's when I know that the vote is gone. Because anything digital can be manipulated. And even in some cases, they've already done studies of exit polling. Some of them are skewed up to 80%.
I just never want to go back through hanging Chad.
But I do. That's the beauty, because that is physical proof of a paper trail of someone's active participation in democracy.
I'm just saying,
everything
I'd hate
else
to go
can
through
be
that again.
manipulated. You can manipulate data. You can the whole thing could get hacked, and who knows that guy D's
you
nuts
can do the
could
same
be president.
thing with the box
paper.
that has the
you can
paper
manipulate
can be
paper.
The paper
no
can
photo
be,
ID required, man. You just write down a name and punch those chads and
Punch the chat.
boom, vote.
Your name is on the roll. You have to get your name on the roll, Dick.
Well, I know, you can just make up a name.
What your name is? No, it has to be on the roll, approved by the election board. So when you walk in there and say, "I'm Dick Schissler, Richard Schissler," oh yeah, we got you out here. Check you off because you can't vote in another.
You know that was
district.
the issue in Florida, right? They had a bunch of dead people voting.
Because they were still on the rolls.
That's what I'm saying.
That didn't mean they voted.
So it's easy
they
to
were just on the
manipulate.
vote. They were on the rolls.
especially when they do it by
You
mail.
can manipulate it.
So what are you going to do? I mean, you're in a small section. I would say that where I vote in my neighborhood, there's only 900 people in the roll. So if those dead people are on the roll and the same guy comes in one day voting for those with using dead names, yeah, the election pollsters should be able to tip to that. And you don't need a photo ID to do that. Hey, this guy's been in here 4 times. How come he's voting? And I don't necessarily, I don't know.
You're going to get started again.
Yeah, I want physical proof. I don't want digital voting. I don't want it.
Okay.
We should do it by blood.
No, you okay. In Iraq,
DNA.
in Iraq, they did it by fingerprint.
I love that. The
You should do
purple.
it by
The purple
blood.
thumbs.
The purple thumbs,
Because
yeah.
that's how bad people want it. They didn't
Right.
need a photo ID. They
Yeah.
walked in there. There's my thumbprint.
And I voted. Yeah.
You want everyone to know your thumbprint?
Shut up.
What?
You want everyone to know your thumbprint?
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's better than a signature, right?
Okay.
They don't even have education.
Police
over
don't
there.
have my thumbprints.
Okay, listen,
they do.
listen. Yesterday,
Yeah, they do.
Chris Rossetti called in and was making fun of the fact he was talking about investment. He was going to invest in this radio show that taught sign language, and he thought that was really funny. And so I want to teach him a sign right now, and it's for all of us
Put
to
your
know.
middle finger down, Cindy.
No, I'm not. I want you to take your hand, open it wide. Let's see if you can do this. I'm just going to open it wide.
Like this?
Yeah. And then like you're grabbing something out of the air and then pull it, all the fingers together, and then come up to your lips. You go like this. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So, Chris Rossetti, if you take your palm out, fingers are spread, grab something out of the air, pull your fingers together, and then touch your lips. And that means shut up. So I just wanted to teach you that, Chris. When you make fun of this show again, shut up. And you can use this
And
with
you
your
gotta
kids.
say it, the way you've got to do this. If y'all took the instructions, you can't just, like I was doing it all graceful like this.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You didn't know what it meant, though, yet.
I didn't know what it meant. Now you can put the body mechanics in and go.
Right. Yes.
And it looks, that's a very, that is a,
It's like take everything that just came out of your mouth and put it back.
ASL.
So,
I like that. Thank you, Cindy.
You've learned a sign today.
I have learned a sign.
See? Here's the other, no, it's like,
that's cool.
I know when I drive, it's so funny when people will do signs at me, and I think you need to expand your vocabulary because I usually notice one sign. Okay, so we've got Michael Player here, and we would be amiss. No, when you come back, you've got to sing a song for us. So you guys have got to stay, and you're going to sing a song. Yes,
Change
you are.
Gears. Okay, I will.
Yes, you are.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
All right, Michael Player next on the Cindy Cochran Show. Don't go away.
Hello, Montgomery County. I'm Rachel Baldwin with Special Olympics Texas, Area 6. Are you a fan of courage? Are you a fan of determination? Are you a fan of acceptance, grace, and skill? Then you're already a fan of Special Olympics. Make it official. Volunteer, coach, and/or compete and be a fan of dignity and acceptance. The dedication of our Special Olympics Texas volunteers provides mainstreaming experiences for athletes with intellectual disabilities. You will touch the heart of another person, and it will move you in a meaningful way that lifts the spirit. Please visit the Heart of East Texas Area 6 webpage at www.sotx.org. Also, like us on Facebook to be a fan and be part of Special Olympics Texas.
Tune in to Chamber Chat with your host, Courtney Galley and Samantha Good, with the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Galley. Samantha and I will chat about the Conroe Chamber's upcoming events and programs for the month. Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for Chamber Chat.
I'm Lieutenant Bob Berry with the Conroe Police Department, reminding you that drinking and driving do not mix. Drinking and driving causes an alcohol-related fatality every hour in the United States. Stay sober and stay alive.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today. So remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on League Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org. That's JUNQUE for more information and store hours.
And you're back on the Cindy Cochran Show, and it is Wednesday, and we got it. Oh, we don't have very much time left. Hey, are we going to play that ad? Are you going to play the ad?
All right, let me load it up.
Okay, this is what killed Proposition 1. This is why Houston saw this so many times, and now you can't see it, but I'm sure you've seen it on TV.
All right, I'm loading it up.
Okay, he's loading it up, but you've seen this ad so many times. And you'll never go into a public restroom again after this. This is like Jaws, keeping, never going into the water again.
It's a sad commercial.
You'll never go into. It is, but it does. But
no, this website not working.
Oh, it won't work. Shoot.
They keep trying to make me play an ad. And I'm like, no, I just want to watch this other ad.
Yes. Oh, they're making you
have
play
to
an
watch
ad
a commercial to watch a commercial.
Well, that's when you know they had bad PR campaigns on both sides because I cannot find the ad hosted by original person who's against or for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they need to get with the times. I want to watch these ads.
Well, what's funny is that the ones that were for Prop 1 in Houston used some cleric, but he looked like he was a priest or, a pastor or something, and he was talking about how he was for this, and we all need to be for this and all. And
so, are you a hypocrite? Let me ask you this. I don't mean to interrupt, but I got a question.
Here we go. Okay.
You got a gay mayor in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Can you be gay but not pro transgender and pro? You know what I'm saying? Because it's obvious that Houston's okay with electing a gay mayor. Hey, we're cool with that. She was the best choice. We're not worried about who she shares her bed with. But we don't want all these other stuff. Like she's kind of backed into a corner because she has to promote and protect the rights of transgendered people because, hey, you're gay. I'm transgendered. I have problems with my sexuality. I don't know. Maybe this week I'm gay. Maybe next week I'm straight. I can be whatever I want to be, and it doesn't have any repercussions in society. And that there is a
the
lie.
Question mark.
But that's the
question mark. That ruined the whole thing.
No, what I read was the voters saying no to it because it was a 25-page ordinance.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine following something that's 25 pages, and it was somehow still vague to how we'd implement the deal. So
because the way this came about, Michael, was these black ministers in Houston found out this is what she was on her agenda to do, was to be able to allow
she went
people
after him.
And they went after her. They did they had people sign and all that stuff and saying this is wrong. So they wanted this on the ballot for people to vote for. She didn't want to. She was going to pass it. But they wanted people to vote for this and know what she was trying to do. It finally came down. The court said, well, you got to vote for it. So, but she was not going to have the people vote for this. This was going to be just passed. And this is what made people mad. And everybody just rose up with that. So when this came out, it was expanded on. It became 25 pages. It became, just convoluted, a mess. And so people finally were paying attention and said, no, you're not going to do this. This is ridiculous, what you're trying to do. And the people and things that she put inside that bill for them to vote on were things that people probably would have liked to vote on.
Yeah.
But they weren't going to be bullied into voting on that just because she wanted her way, so let's put some stuff in there people would vote for. And it was ridiculous. So I'm so glad she's going to be gone. And you can, of course, be gay and be a great leader and do things for the people if you protect everybody. But when you bring your agenda into it, and that skews your leadership style, then something's wrong because you're not protecting everybody. You're not looking out for everybody. You can accommodate, but looking out for everybody's safety and protection. Anyway,
I think it's a good idea. I think what you said is exactly right. But being gay just shows how far that you'll go to. And putting that as an agenda and being a politician or being it means that's who I am, and that's not right. If someone lives their life based on their sexuality, most of the time it's not healthy. It's not healthy for society.
Well,
it's
it doesn't. It shouldn't.
It shows you how far you're away from what God's will for your life is.
That's right. That's how I believe. But as a politician and her leader, she needs to lead what people need. Talk about jobs and things like that they voted for her because she was
not letting perverts
successful.
Going into
but talking about the bathrooms.
That's kind of sad though. So we associate transgender people with perversion.
Yeah, and that's
they're
sad.
Offended by that.
That's right.
Offensive.
That's right.
But
we can't judge. We're not supposed to be judged, and we get judged like that. But listen, we're getting ready to run out of time. We got to tell you that Saturday, Shakespeare in the Park, and we've got some people that are going to perform in that tomorrow. So listen in and get a preview of Shakespeare in the Park.
Cindy,
yes,
it's your birthday.
It is on Friday.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Michael Player.
Happy birthday
do it quick.
to you.
Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. Any comments, suggestions of topics, email me at thecindycochrансhow@gmail.com. Also, check out my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. Join me live Monday through Friday. See ya.